Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here to MaxSpeedTV. Tonight, the Jimmy Crow Motorsports, along with the Crow's Nest and the Crow's Nest IndyCar Series, here right on MaxSpeedTV. I am your host here tonight. My name is Roger Muth. Right alongside me here in the booth, well, it says Danny Valenzuela, but what it really means, it's the man, Jason Griffith. Jason, another one of these Crow's Nest races here at the Super Speedway is always a blast.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one. These guys have been turning some laps here. Quick ones. I'm ready.
Yeah, you talk about a lot of quick laps out there. This is an open setup race here tonight for these gentlemen. So I was talking to a couple drivers earlier before the race here. They said this is pretty much the Michael McDowell package because you're not going to be able to get away from anybody. A little bit of connection issues here right now. Unsure of what's going on with the server. We're just trying to get those straightened out for you here tonight. But with just under 4 minutes here to go yet in the practice session, it actually took less than that tonight, Jason, to fill this lobby with 43 cars.
Yeah, these guys was ready to go. They locked in quick. They were excited.
Yeah, exciting is what Jimmy Crow and his guys out here bring to the track. And once again, glad to have him over here. But we do have just about a little over 3 minutes to go here before we head into our qualifying session. Coming up tonight here on MaxSpeedTV, it's a full house once again. But two of the highlighted series we're going to go with here. The NARA Super Speedway Leagues will be out here. You see a lot of these drivers featured in this race here tonight. Back on here again for another Super Speedway tonight. And the NSA Truck Series, an open setup series. You'll catch myself back behind the mic a little bit later on. And then tomorrow night, the United States Midget Association, along with OP Racing Super Speedway Series. Those are all coming up later on, if not tomorrow, here right on MaxSpeedTV. Well, Jason, with 43 cars and a new build here with iRacing, have you gone out there and turned any laps here with these Cup cars?
No, I have not. I really want to. It looks real fun, but I haven't tried it yet.
Haven't tried it yet up here in the booth, though. Well, since we have just about 2 minutes to go here in our practice session before we get to qualifying, we're going to step away. We're going to get our national anthem played, and we'll be back here on MaxSpeedTV to bring you more Jimmy Crow Motorsports racing here from the Talladega Speedway.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallant
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Qualifying has just begun here for this race tonight here at Talladega, and it's a stacked field. You can pretty much put a name in a jar here tonight and pick one out of it, and they do have a chance here to win this event. No times have been thrown in. Now they're just starting to roll up here onto the grid. It looks like right now that 9 machine, this car is white. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, it won't be white. There you see it pop in. The 9 here of Gary Jenkins goes to the top of your board here with a 51.412. About the man that just went out there and set quick time there in the 28, Jimmy Crow himself goes straight to the top of the board. .43 drivers here tonight from Talladega to see if they can outduel one another. It's going to be interesting, Jason. There's so many guys out here on track. It's really hard to pick just one driver, as Jimmy Crow now gets bumped by Maurice Johnson in that 322 machine.
Yeah, well, I picked him out earlier just because that car was halfway orange, so I'm going to go with that.
You and your all orange cars is something that you've really liked. As we watched the number 8 here of Dude Conrad come across the line here. Let's see, he's 16th right now on the chart. Let's see where he goes. He goes P2 on the board with a 50.533. What a lap time there put up by the 8 of Dude Conrad. Still got a little bit over a minute here in qualifying for these gentlemen, and only about half the field has taken a timed lap. Let's go check here, because this is the 34 of Darren Reister, as he's out here on his get-up-to-go lap. .29 here, Kevin Utley. It looks like he got 2 timed laps in. Actually, it looks like Raymond here in the 87 now has the quick time. He went with a 50.501. That is a screaming lap. Yeah, you can pretty much say that one again. Looks like Darren right now in the 34 machine is the only one out here on track right now, as he goes 29th on the speed chart with only 15 seconds left here in qualifying. They do have 2 quick repairs here tonight, Jason, so we're going to have to keep watch on that. Getting a little bit of a scuffle, you're going to be all right, as there you see the checkered flag does wave here in qualifying. Wait for a couple of these gentlemen to start gridding up here. Once again, tonight's race is brought to you by the Crow's Nest IndyCar Series, who is still recruiting. Anybody looking for an IndyCar Superspeedway League, head on over and talk to Jimmy Crow himself. And also, once again, thanks to Charles Johnson and all the work he does with the Crow's Nest. .43 cars about to take to the grid here from Talladega for a 70-lap race. Let's take a look here at that real quick. 70 laps. Your air temp right now, 65 degrees, but check out that track temp. 88 degrees as these guys are starting to grid up. 70 laps is the distance. That equals out to 180 miles for these guys. Green flag pit stops is what we're expecting with the Crow's Nest. 2 tires usually if we hit the green flag pit stops. Fuel window looking a little over 20 laps, 23 laps. Might be able to push it if you're in the draft to a 26 lap. Pit road speed, though, going to be hard to slow down from 200 miles all the way down to 55 miles an hour. So we're keep an eye on that track temp here tonight and see if anybody's going to get nabbed there speeding on pit road. Not sure what's going on with our connection here to the iRacing server. You see a little bit of the car is dancing in and out. We'll see if that clears up by the time we take the green flag here tonight. I know we do have storms here in the Northeast starting to roll in. Going to bring some heavy rain, some wind, even some hail. Jason, you get any of that down there in the south?
I did. We got some this morning, early this morning. It shook the whole house. Scared me to death.
Well, you should have kept it down here. I don't want it up in the Northeast with me. It looks like just about everybody has now gridded as the pace car is going to roll off. We're going to see if we can take you through. First couple of your starting lineup here. The 87 there of Raymond Rittenauer are going to take the pole here tonight. Maurice Johnson, though, in that 322 machine, going to roll off in the second spot. Third spot going to go to the number 8 here of Dude Conrad. And how about Gary Jenkins? Got that machine tuned up into the 4th spot tonight. Fifth spot going to go to the 12 here of Gabe Butler. And the 071 of Eric Laurie in 6th. 7th going to go to the 00 of Thomas Holder. And the 29 of Kevin Utley. 9th starting spot going to go to that 17 there of Michael Hauser. And the 21 of Tony Wright. The rest of the starting lineup going to scroll through here. Looks like we are getting some pretty bad connection here with iRacing and myself. Going to see if this clears up once we take the green flag. If not, we're going to have to work on this, and we will be back to bring you all the green flag action here from Talladega.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we have a little bit of issue with our overlay package. We're going to rock this one a little different here. I'm trying to pull up a quick set for us. But we're going to take the green flag here. Pace car is about to come down. There you see the pace car is in. We will go green flag racing this time by.
Should we pull a boogity here?
Absolutely. There it is for you. Green flag is waving, and we got a great start. Everybody 2x2 down into turn 1. See a couple different strategies here. A couple guys drop into the back here real early, just as our connection is back here with a little bit of a blink. Let's see if it goes away as it's starting to clear itself up here. Coming to complete lap number 1, though. Raymond's got that 97 to the inside, glued on that yellow line, but to his outside, Maurice going to fight back. But at the line there for lap number 1, going to be the 87 of Raymond Rittenauer.
That outside line's trying to form up a little more there, Roger.
Yeah, a couple guys on that outside line. There's the number 9 there, Gary Jenkins. He's right up behind Maurice Johnson on that outside lane, trying to get that lane to start moving to the front. And they got a lot of heavy hitters back there right behind them, so look for that outside lane. And a lot of times when we come here to Talladega, that outside lane does prevail, especially once we get to the 3 wide. You can actually go up there and hang 3 wide with just a 2-car tandem. We'll see if anybody's going to go up there and do that.
Yeah. Better watch out. There might be a storm brewing down there in Talladega today.
As you see a couple guys looking to the outside there a little bit farther back. That looks like that's going to be the 78 of Donald Stewart there in the Pass Pro Shop machine. He elected to go back in line there to only have a 2x2 as far as the eye can see. We'll go back up front here with Raymond Rittenauer. 2x2 all the way down the backstretch here. Jason, your car, that 322 machine still hanging there with Maurice to the outside, still getting that great push by Gary in the 9. And then Thomas Holder there in the 00 as Donald Stewart now is back to the outside. Oh, we got a crash. Crash towards back of the pack.
Yeah, they definitely wadded them up there.
So the first yellow going to be brought out here on lap number 3. A bunch of guys involved in this one. We're going to have to take the MaxSpeedTV replay and see exactly who was all wadded up in that one. As it looks like it happened towards the front with the 99 and the 89 machine. We're going to have to grab another camera angle to see what happened actually and transpired between those gentlemen towards the front.
Not for sure what number that blue car is. He turned head on into the fence.
That was the 98 there of Paul Witt in that machine. Go back just a little bit farther. Oh, it actually, I think it might have been a connection, because even on my screen, you see a bunch of cars start heading in different directions. So a bunch of good cars wrapped up in this one. As Raymond, though, still has that 87 out front here. Probably not looking to come down and make any changes here under the yellows. Let's see if anybody's going to drop out of your front positions here to come down and get fuel or tires. And no, nobody going to come down.
Ooh.
Oh, a good fake out there. It looks like Gabe Butler going to be the first one that gets faked out. He's going to bring that machine down along with Thomas Holder. He's going to come with him.
That was a pretty epic fake out right there.
Well, that certainly got us up here in the booth. We didn't think anybody was going to be coming down. We're going to step away for just a moment and see if we can clear up some of these connections issues here with the iRacing.com server. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here to bring you more live racing action with the Crow's Nest.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
Once again, photo finish here of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMeritt at the line.
coming for a splash. Three, two, one, now. All clear. Punch it. Great job. You did really well.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about the little technical difficulties with the internet connections we're having here with the storms rolling through the northeast, but we are back here to bring you live action. Just missed a couple laps here. But you still got out front here. Raymond in that 87 machine still has it tuned up to the inside. More Reese Johnson, though, still has that orange machine in the middle. He's being pushed now, though, by the 00 here. Thomas Holder at the front of this one. We got it's actually 3 wide here towards the front. You got the 17 here of Michael Hauser on the outside. Three wide racing coming down here through the trial. It's almost 4 wide to the outside. You got a blue car peeking out there. It looks like that is the 26 there of Jason Beach. He's going to find himself, though, falling back in the line on the third row, third lane, third car back there in that blue machine.
Hey, 3 wide racing is what y'all think is all about, isn't it, Roger?
3 wide racing absolutely coming down the backstretch here. Still 3 wide racing. It's anybody's game. Got one of those one of those super speedway ringers there, though. The 87 of Donald Stewart, though. He's trying to make his way through the field after starting a little bit towards mid-pack. Right now finds himself the 4th car in that 2nd lane.
Takes a lot of skill to run 201. Bumper to bumper.
At the line that time, though, it looks like that 322 there, or Maurice takes the point for the time being. So that middle groove there, the middle lane, really getting formed up here.
Roger, why is the inside lane to me always so treacherous?
The inside lane, following that yellow line there on the bottom. If somebody's into your rear bumper and just happens to make a little contact at the wrong spot with the bumper, gonna hook you, gonna get onto the apron, and it's gonna cause mayhem from just about everybody. That's not what you want to happen. You see, actually, that inside lane has kind of off the yellow line there. They're not trying to put themselves down there to make anything, treacherous happen.
Right. Look at 17-322 right here battling it out.
At the line once again, that orange machine in the middle going to lead that lap. So that's 2 laps led now there for Maurice Johnson in that machine. He goes straight to the bottom. Still got that 3-wide battle up here. Maurice to the inside. Now you got the 17 now of Hauser there in the middle. And I believe that outside lane there being towed by the 21 of Tony Wright.
Yes, sir.
Talked about that outside lane possibly coming in. And Tony up there is making it work. Only 3 cars up there. You got the 21 of Tony, and then you got the 26 of Jason up there. Not quite sure who that 3rd lane, that looks like that's the 16 of Rachel, actually right on the back bumper of Jason Beach. There for a moment, it looks like Donald Stewart was looking like possibly he was going to go to the outside and try and tow the 3rd lane around, because now they're starting to lose a little bit of ground.
Yeah, that outside line just, it went see you later.
Look at everybody trying to find a position down the backstretch as they go in and out from the top to the bottom. There comes that outside lane starting to fight back. Tony still has that car, with an open setup. Oh, we got a caution out there on track. Maybe Gene Rogers possibly bringing out this yellow flag here in the 73. We're going to have to take a look back here and find out on the replay.
As Roger's having some technical difficulties there, I guess I'll help Jason out a little bit here, but Maurice Johnson was the first one off of pit road. Thomas Holder coming out second there as somebody just got the wave by. I think that was Bart Murak. LG Whaley out of the race today.
I'm glad you took over because I'm lost without my partner in crime, Roger.
Oh, I know he does a phenomenal job.
He does, and he just basically tells me when and not to talk. So.
Well, you can talk anytime you want to, Jason.
Well, I don't want to screw these guys' names up or nothing, but I'll give it my best shot.
Well, I don't know if we got Maurice Johnson in TeamSpeak here. Maybe we can get a word in. Do not see him in TeamSpeak. Okay. How about let's get a word in with Jason Beach. All right, Jason Beach, how you got a copy there, buddy?
Loud and clear, bud.
Well, boy, a little rough going up there for a little bit, but you've come from 33rd up to the 5th place. Man, that's pretty quick moving in 18 laps.
Yeah, you don't get a chance to get up towards the front here without some good teammates, and that's 16, 17, and 21. You know, you hook on with them, you can go places in a hurry.
Oh yeah, you can bet on that. Well, now from here, you got some guys up there battling. You got Raymond Rittenor, you got Maurice Johnson, Michael Hauser. These guys really tough customers out there on super speedways. You got anything for them?
Well, 17, Michael Hauser and I, and 21, Tony Wright, will be working together. But you're right, there's a bunch of them that can win here tonight. So we'll do the best we can.
All right, brother. Well, we'll let you get back at it. Good luck.
Good luck, man.
All right, so Jason Beach going to be restarting from the 5th position. I don't know if Roger will come back or not. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know either.
May have just totally lost his internet.
Those storms were violent, though.
I'll tell you, we had some last night, like about 2 o'clock this morning, that were, wow, the wind, the rain come down. I mean, it come down so hard. I don't, it's been a long time since I've seen rain come down that hard. It was just unbelievable. And lightning and thunder, a lot of wind. We got a lot of, very windy here today. We got like 45-mile-an-hour wind gusts. And I see North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia have tornado warning right now. And Mississippi had tornadoes early last night, okay? And I guess 5 people were killed.
Dang.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. They get some bad stuff down there. And man, I think it's all this stuff been coming up out of the Gulf lately. Horrendous. All right, well, we're going to get back to green here. We're waiting on the lights to go off, so that should be momentarily here. And probably going to be getting restarted on about lap 21, I do believe, out of 70.
That's still a long time here at Talladega, isn't it?
Yeah. 2.66 miles around here. It does take a little while for them to get around here. So. I think they're running a shortened fuel load too, aren't they? Jason, can you check in the info tab there? I forgot to look.
Yeah, I can check it out.
They usually do. Jimmy usually throws a shortened fuel load in there.
I'm not seeing anywhere on here.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe they're not then. Okay, so we'll probably get about 38, right around 38 to 39 laps on a tank of fuel. They're not in the window here where they could make it on one more pit stop. But they are doubling up, and we're ready to go back green this time by. Thanks for everybody being patient there. Roger, I would just happen to be in here when Roger was having them issues, and And we threw it right up there and got it going again. So, gosh, I hope he gets everything figured out and gets back here. Because he's really good at calling these races. I'll tell you that, Jason.
He is. He does a phenomenal job. I just like to listen to him.
I know it. I know. I could sit and listen to him forever, man. He's got the knowledge. He's better than me. I can tell you that. He's way better than me. He just does an amazing job.
Yeah, I always want to be an announcer, but I have nothing what he's got. So.
Yep.
He has that it factor.
Yep. I'm sure glad he's part of the MaxSpeedTV group here. I'll tell you that. Oh, you want to get him going, Jason?
It doesn't matter. I can do it.
Yeah, go for it.
It's always antsy when that pace car gets ready pulling it on pit road. I know that. Pace car's about to dive in the pit road. Maurice Johnson, Thomas Holder, they're ready to hit that loud powder and go. Travel. It's a long travel before that start-finish line at Talladega. Oh, when we're back to green here.
Yeah, pretty good start by Maurice Johnson there. It looked like Thomas Holder may have had an edge on him there on that restart, but we got a crash in the back, but no caution. Oh, they did throw a caution. Okay.
Yeah, it's 42 car looked like on my screen.
Yes, sir. Kyle Wellman. I don't know if he did not go or what, but let's go back here and check this out, folks. See what happened to Kyle on this restart.
Maybe his wheel spun.
He seemed to be okay. Oh, up ahead of him did not go, and he got into the guy. Well, he tried to get around him, and then he got hit from behind. So, yep. Oh man. Yep, tough break for him. Man, that's really bad.
Yeah, that was just one of them restart deals.
Yep. And we see them from time to time, when guys, they get a little antsy on the restarts. And boy, I'll tell you, when you hit the gas and go, you don't want to slow up because somebody behind you is not going to slow up because they didn't get the memo, They didn't get the memo that somebody up ahead's not going.
It's a lot of going on, though, on these restarts with so many cars. Well, it's be a good time to top off with fuel, though, here under caution.
Yeah, sure would. And we may see some guys maybe in the back do that. Yeah, there was a few of them back there. Paul Witt, Bud Steele. These guys are very methodical. They want to get on a different pit strategy than everybody else. So a lot of methodology goes into that. And those guys are phenomenal racers, so they know how to do it and they know how to get it done. So, yeah, Bud Steele, Paul Witt, they've been on pit road. Dwight Plesh, Craig Waite, Brent Lay. But so far, everybody is still on the lead lap, so that's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty good. All right. Okay.
All right, so Roger did message me. He said his internet is completely down right now. So, but he said if it comes back up, he'll try to jump back in. That's a bummer.
Yeah, it's devastating.
Dang. Well. Well, the lights are still on the pace car. What's going on? I don't know what the heck's going on. Why it's taking so long?
I don't know either. I did see Maurice though up there in TeamSpeak. He's way at the very top. Up in room 1.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even see them guys in there. Wow.
Yeah, they're way up there.
Okay, I had that minimized, so I didn't even see them guys. Oh, wow. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, let's get a word in with Maurice then. All right, Maurice, tell us about the racing out there so far. How difficult is it?
It's been pretty easy up front here. Haven't had much trouble. Just cautions are slowing us down a little bit, but it's been fun so far.
Yeah, good. Well, yeah, that's kind of an extended caution. What's been going on? Why is it extended? You know?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. I had somebody in my ear.
The caution was kind of extended. Do you know why it was?
Oh, yeah. Pace car was way out in front of us. We had to catch up to the pace car. When it's like that, it runs a caution another lap or so.
Oh, okay. Well, so you should get the one to go this time right here, right?
Roger, yeah. We'll be one to go with the light.
All right. Well, you think you can hold them guys off? Because you got some hungry guys right behind you.
Oh, man. It's whoever's behind you pushing you is what makes the difference. And
yeah,
if they've got better pushers, they'll be gone.
Oh, I'll tell you, we can never stress enough, how important it is to have a team, member or a team working together like that and helping you in the draft. We can't never stress that enough. So, all right, well, we wish you the best of luck out there, Maurice. Good luck, man.
Okay, thank you. Thank you guys for putting it on.
Yes, sir.
Hey, there we go.
Well, that coffee sure does taste good. Just one of them days, you know. Coffee,
Yeah.
when coffee tastes good.
Yeah, we get the windows open here in Tennessee.
That's where I'm at in Tennessee.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, did you guys get them bad storms last night?
Yeah, it's like
2 o'clock in the
4
morning.
o'clock this morning.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. That was, I mean, lightning and thunder and wind and man, I mean, rain come down in buckets. Literally, literally buckets.
It like shook my whole house.
Yeah. Yeah, well, okay, so we're ready to go back green here. Going to be restarting on lap 26. And hey, Roger is back.
Back in the building.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, having a little bit of connection issues here with the storm rolling through here, but we are back for the time being. We got to thank Rudy here for taking over for myself, but Jason back in the booth here, was watching on my phone that caution coming out right after that restart, but it looks like they're doubled up here, and we should go back green flag racing this time by. That pace car is going to go down pit road here, and it's going to be that long haul until we get to the start finish line. It's going to be in the hands here of that 322 of Maurice Johnson, and to his outside going to be that 00 there of Thomas Holder. Raymond right now in that third position there, the second car to the inside row, and Michael Hauser there to the outside pushing the 00, and there's the green flag. We go back green flag racing here on lap 26. Looks like a fairly clean restart here for these gentlemen as they go 2 by 2 for about the first 15 cars, and a little bit of separation back to about the second pack there. Everybody, though, gets a good, clean restart there coming down the backstretch. Still 2 by 2 for the lead with the 00 of Holder there, getting a little bit of an advantage. He's going to drop down to the inside lane. He's going to leave Hauser all to himself there on the outside.
Just making moves early right here after this restart.
Got to make moves when you see the opening here at a super speedway. You definitely have to take them, and that's what he just did right there. He thought if he got down to the bottom there right in front of Johnson, that's going to be the place to be, but here comes the 17 to the outside through the tri-oval. Let's see who's going to lead this lap at the line. First lap back to green flag racing, going to be led by that 00 right there, Thomas Holder, as he takes that 00 to the point for the first time here.
And the inside lane just looks a little bit faster right now, more bunched up.
Yeah, you got 3 cars to the bottom, nose to tail. You got a little separation there between the outside. That's the 17, and then that 24 machine of Lane to the outside. To the outside, though, if you take a notice, that third car to the outside lane going to be the 78 there. And that man, last time we saw him in action, that's the 78 there of Donald Stewart. He parked that car in victory lane. That was an Xfinity car, if I remember right, for these gentlemen. Last time, Jason, you and I were here on the air to bring you a Crow's Nest race. But right now, got a little separation between him and the back bumper there of that 24 machine. And right there, you see the 26 of Jason Beach is going to fill that hole. Out front, though, still going to be the 00 here of Thomas at the line.
Yeah, they're trying to form that third lane back there. 16 car.
Yeah, the 16 car back here and the 72, that's Rick McKinney, and the 16 there of Hunt. Both of them trying to form possibly an outside lane and try and make their way to the front, because if they stay nose to tail in the traffic jam, they're going to be sitting there forever. It's like sitting on the 101. You're just going to be parked. And, well, what's a better way to go around them? Take it to the outside. Make it 3 wide, hang it high, and foot to the floor.
Yeah, and just hold on.
Hold on is exactly what they're doing out there, because Thomas Holder still got that 00 glued to the inside lane right on the front bumper there of Maurice Johnson. And at the line, though, here comes the 17 with a good push there from the 24 at the line. Still going to be the 00 of Holder, though, holding down the top spot. Now they're going to go 3 wide. That looks like the 9 there of Jenkins jumping out of line. Not sure if he's getting a little hot. Remember, they got the open setups on these cars, and yeah, the air temp was a little cooler here at the drop of the green flag, but then it got a little bit warmer on the track temp. Track temp still sitting above 80 degrees, so it's not extremely hot here at the Talladega Superspeedway, but still, if you're tucked up underneath somebody for a long enough point, you could get the oil temp, the water temp a little bit hot, as
he does have a little bit of a help up there. That looks like Monty in the 38 machine, but they are losing ground at this point. So the third lane just not formed up, not working. But out front, that middle lane, the second lane at the time right now, seem to have more cars nose to tail right now. And there looks like here comes the 17 of Hauser. He's going to take it to the point at the line.
He wanted to lead that lap that time.
Yeah, that outside lane was determined that time to get the 17 to the front, and right now he's got the advantage going down into turn 1 and 2. Let's see once they come down the back stretch here, who's going to have the advantage, the inside lane with the 00 of Holder, or is it Hauser on the outside in the 17? There you saw it coming down into turn 3. The 17 there. Hauser going to chop the nose of the 00 of Holder. He's going to take it to the inside. That'll put the 24 there of Everett Lane being that lead car there for the middle group. He's got a great pusher in Jason Beach behind him, and right behind him, then you got Donald Stewart. But look at that outside lane. All the way back, about halfway back the pack there, the number 9. He's got that outside kind of coming back.
Yeah, they were getting antsy up there.
A lot of moves being made. Now that 24 of Everett Lane going to drop to the inside here. That'll put Jason Beach. Now it's kind of just shuffling the deck here, you know. Everybody from the outside seems to be jumping down to the inside. Soon enough, we're going to be shuffling all the way through.
Yeah, what about old Jason Beach? Started 33rd up to 2nd. That's a pretty good job right there.
Yeah, you call it second as he's peeking for the lead now, and he's got one heck of a man to push him behind. Right now, Donald Stewart, now that second car to the outside lane, working lap 31 here of the 70 scheduled for the Crow's Nest here tonight. Remember, Crow's Nest Motorsports tonight presented by the Crow's Nest IndyCar Series along with Charles Johnson. And at the line, give it to Jason Beach. He just squeaks past the 24 of Everett Lane. Now he's going to lead his first laps here, and he's still got Stewart tucked up underneath him. Got 4 wide towards the back of this one. A couple cars had to take a little bit of an evasive action. Now they're going to single that back out to 3 wide back here. That's going to involve Gary Jenkins, and it looks like Jimmy Crow's actually wrapped up right there in the middle of that Hornet's Nest.
Hey, the Hornet's Nest, Talladega dirt track, just not far from the Super Speedway there, Roger. You ever heard of it?
Not heard of the dirt track, but oh, we're getting racy here towards the front. It looks like the 24 is going to get shuffled. He went to go to the outside there to try and block. It looked like the 26 there, and it's not going to work. It's actually going to shuffle the 26 out. The 17 is going to go to the top of the track here too, possibly trying to, maybe it's pit strategy. Is it pit time? Not sure where these guys are on their pit cycles, but possibly trying to form to the outside to drop to the back here so they don't get run over on green flag pit stops. It's about coming down to that time.
Yeah, that was a lot of give and take right there, Roger. They were backing down, letting each other get formed up.
So right now it is the Thomas Holder machine to the inside there in the 00, that white car. To the outside, going to be the 24 of Everett Lane. And, well, we thought the 17 machine was going to drop to the back. He's still hanging right there. Michael Hauser holding on right now and still inside the top 10, riding that third lane. Still got pretty much one formed up pack here. I don't think anybody's off the pace. Just a handful of drivers running 38th, 39th, 40th, 41st. A couple guys that were wrapped up in the initial, well, I should say the initial, but once we had that little blip there on the restart, those guys are a little bit off the pace right now. But everybody else within 2 seconds right here, you see them. It's all one pretty much big pack as they go down the backstretch, because here comes the 17 back to the outside. Hauser now's got a dancing buddy and Jason Beach to the outside, and they are making the third lane sing.
I like that. 2 cars and just rolling.
2 cars and roll to the outside we talked about in pre-race. You know, you don't really need about the 10, 12 cars nose together to the outside to make it work. You only need maybe 2, 3 cars, and you can really sing the song out there and get that loud pedal down there and roll around the top side. But right now, the inside seems to be the way to be here, with Thomas Holder holding down the stop spot. Maurice Johnson still got that orange car right there, and Raymond Rittenauer just kind of hanging there in that 87 machine to the inside. They've been glued to the bottom lane. They haven't tried to make any moves since they got there.
I don't think I would either. It's been working well. I would just keep going with it.
Close moment there for Robert Bears in that 808 machine. He's sitting there right behind Donald Stewart, the third car in the middle lane. Almost made contact with Jason Beach coming through turns 4 there. Car got a little bit wiggly. See it there, they kind of wiggle once they come across the line. Everett Lane right now, though, does have a little bit of advantage at the line that time by. Talk about those 3 cars to the outside. It looks like here comes the 16 of Rachel Hunt. She's going to bring along Thomas Ackridge there to the outside. So now you got 4 cars nose to tail on the top lane. Let's see if that top lane's able to make any more ground up with 4 cars compared to the 2 cars. I still don't think you needed that many cars, but they brought the 4 cars to the dance to the outside. Let's see at the line. They're going to be 3 wide through the tri-oval here.
Well, that was tight right there. Holy cow.
3 wide through the tri-oval, and right there, the 24 of Lane takes the top spot in the middle groove. Now that middle groove really seems to have momentum as the 24 gets shot out of the cannon right through the middle.
I feel like DW. I'm up here sweating. I ain't even in one of them things.
Always good racing here that Jimmy Crow and his guys put on. And once again, you're seeing a little shaky in the beginning parts here. Actually a big wiggle. Somebody towards about halfway back through the field there got a big wiggle out of line. It looked like they were going to go around. Not exactly sure which car that was. That looks like that was the 72 there, Rick McKinney, as he was all sorts out of shape in that Miller Lite car, possibly throwing one back real quick. But he gathered it up. We stay green flag racing, and we're still 3 wide for the first 4 rows at the front of this one.
That was intense there.
Talk about intense. Look at the front at the line. The 00 squeaks out. Now 00 there, Thomas Holder, who was down in front of Maurice Johnson for the longest times. Now he finds himself running in the middle groove.
Look there. Maurice Johnson, he wants to lead laps again.
Maurice bringing that bright orange car there to the inside. Got a good pusher there. That's Raymond there, Rittenauer there in that 87 machine, just hanging to the back bumper. Well, once again, though, we do thank everybody tuning in here tonight to the MaxSpeedTV YouTube page. This is the Crow's Nest Motorsports, presented tonight by the Crow's Nest IndyCar Series and Charles Johnson. And at the line, though, this time by the 00 of Thomas Holder, going to hold down that point.
Middle lane that time. That's pretty good.
Yeah, talk about the middle lane, but that orange car there of Johnson going to fight back on the inside with a good push. Not sure what happened to the outside lane there. They kind of just stalled out there for a second. It looked like Thomas Holder was going to try and take the 00 and go to the outside, because here comes the top lane coming back. Everybody's starting to really bunch back up here.
Oh, man, everybody had a death wiggle, it looked like, all of a sudden.
And look at that 16 there of Rachel Hunt. She's starting to back up a little bit. She's got dude Conrad pushing her. Those two actually I've noticed coming up through the field. They've been nose to tail, but there's a little bit of damage done to that 16's rear spoiler. Wonder if that, just happened there in that kind of a checkup on the outside lane. If somebody possibly almost got into the wall, lifted a little bit. That's all it takes here at Talladega, even Daytona. Just a little bit of a crack of the throttle, and that's all it's going to take for you to, kind of ruin somebody's day. But right now, got 3 wide in a couple different places here. 3 wide because it looks like at the front of this one, the 322 there of Johnson got put into the sucker hole, but here comes Rachel to try and save the day in the middle. The outside, though, going to be Michael Hauser and Jason Beach. They're going to drop down right in front of that 87 there of Raymond Rittenauer. Wheeling and dealing starting to happen here on lap number 40. Should be closing in on green flag pit stops. As you actually see a bunch of them. Looks like the 808 machine there of Robert going to come down pit road, and he's going to bring a slew of them with him. Looks like the 51 is also down there, the Tabasco car. Oh, contact between the 72 down pit road. Not quite sure who was spun around there, but it looks like that could be Robbie Singleton.
Oh, man, it's crazy running 200 mile an hour and slowing down to 55. Oh, car on the inside real far down there in the back straightaway.
That looks like that's going to be the number 98 here of Paul Witt. Something happened there coming off turn 2. Not sure if he had a run on somebody, but also Stephen Hamill off the pace in the 67 machine, as he is well off the pace. Go back up to the front here, and green flag pit stops are happening. Here they all come. Your leaders coming down pit road.
Oh,
led by
here
the
they
17
go.
of Hauser. Oh, boy. Oh, a yellow flag here, as a bunch of guys are still going to elect to come down pit road.
Oh, that 87 might get black flags there.
Looks like the 27 of Jason Spree going around here might have been the cause of the caution flag here, as a bunch of your leaders were attempting to make their green flag and final pit stop. Gonna have to go back and see exactly what happened here.
Looks like number 8 was spun sideways. Dude
Conrad was hanging here about mid-pack. Number 8 there of Dude Conrad going around. I believe he made contact with the 27 also, and those two cars went spinning. Just barely had Dude Conrad on the track, and it threw the yellow flag as your leaders were under green flag pit stops. We're going to have to see how that plays out. I believe that's just an end of the longest line penalty, and oh boy, call it. Holy moly, look at this. Back live here, the number 16 of Rachel Hunt, who was your leader. I believe... Man, maybe she's just waiting up on the pace car here. I thought for a moment maybe the 16 ran out of fuel, but it looks like she's just waiting here for the pace car. It is a Mustang, so you got to excuse iRacing and their slow Mustang occasionally. But there goes the pace car. So let's see if Rachel's able to get that 16 refired and going. As yep, there it is. She is under her own power. So was just waiting on the pace cars. Let's see. She will bring everybody down pit road here on lap 42 to get their pit stop. Should be a one-cycle stop, as actually she might be having some problems in that number 16. She is definitely slower than the rest, and either she had stalled the car with the new iRacing update where they implemented that you could stall it, or she is definitely out of gas, rolling down at 10 miles an hour down pit road here. So it's a shame for Rachel running out of gas in the lead, but that's going to give the lead over for the time being. Coming down pit road, though, the 87 there, Raymond Rittenauer. We'll have to see how this all plays through here under these caution flag pit stops, along with the guys who are trying to pit. It's going to be a mess. We're getting it all sorted out here with the timing and scoring for you as gas and go for just a bunch of these guys. So for the time being, I'm going to call the 808 here of Robert Bears in the lead, as he did pit under green flag. He had pitted a lap before all the chaos broke loose there coming off turn number 4. So he should be scored here once we cycle through here as your leader. Kenneth, Mike Sell should be there second. Bud Steele third. Robbie Singleton fourth. And Monty Knowles there in your 5th position. Green flag pit stops, Jason's always brings a little bit of action. Unfortunately for a lot of these guys, brought a little more action they probably really wanted.
Yeah, that was a good game of little bumper cars there going down pit road, but it's hard getting slowed down from 200 mile an hour to 55.
Yeah, especially when you're coming down inches apart from each other. If you go to downshift before I downshift and I'm in front of you, and I might wheel hop a little bit, throw a little smoke up, and then the next thing you know, you're either in the back bumper or you're going around yourself because you had reacted to me. And you and I both know it doesn't take too much to get these cars out of shape when you get on the binders from 200.
Yeah, it takes a while, especially if you're not really using the brakes that much.
So let's just take a peek here through where is the 17 of Michael Hauser right now? He's shown in the 11th spot. We'll see if that holds up. Actually, it looks like a couple of your leaders going to come down pit road here. Robert and Kenneth going to bring those machines back down pit road along with Robbie Singleton. So your 3 leaders, 1, 2, 3, now shake the running order here once again because they're back down pit road. Well, once again, we are watching the Jimmy Crow Motorsports race here tonight, presented by the Crow's Nest IndyCar Series, who is still recruiting. Everybody head on over and talk to Jimmy Crow if you'd like to get into that series. Also tonight, one of our other sponsors here, the man, Charles Johnson. Got to thank him for all the work he does behind the scenes here with the Crow's Nest. Definitely appreciate Jimmy and the Crow's Nest along with Charles. And, you know, coming over here to MaxSpeedTV, we really appreciate all the things that they do. I mean, you can pretty much find a Jimmy Crow race at all hours throughout the day and night. They're always over there in the hosted session. Good bunch of guys out here tonight.
It takes a lot to run one of these shows, Roger.
Yeah, tonight's race, remember, filled up in under 5 minutes. 43 entries here tonight for the Talladega race for the Crow's Nest. Looks like right now still on track, possibly 41 drivers. Only 2 drivers it looks like have loaded up. That's going to be LG Whaley, and I believe that is Craig White in the 3 machine. Both those drivers electing to take their cars and put them on the hauler here tonight. So 41 drivers still out there. And if my calculation is right, looking here on screen, it looks like we still have 40 of them drivers still on the lead lap here, still competing. They did have 2 quick repairs, so a couple of these guys, if they got wrapped up into something, they were able to go out there, get a quick repair, and get back on track here to battle it out. Because Jason, you know, like I know, we said it early on, it's like you could be Michael McDowell out here and still have a chance to win.
Yeah, or what's the other one? Matthew DiBenedetto. I'm waiting on that guy to win one.
I'm a Matthew DiBenedetto fan here. I got his cars, his diecast sitting here to my right. Back when PlanBSales.com sponsored that machine, I was one of the members who had put my name on the car for Matt Benedetto to go out there and be able to see what he can. He has a great opportunity this year with the new ride over at Levine Family Racing, now that they partnered with Joe Gibbs Racing. Reminds you, you know, it's more of a 5-car team over there for them anymore. Been talking about 5-car teams. You have the same thing over here with the Crow's Nest. A lot of these guys, they're kind of just one big team. They come out here and they help each other. They push each other to be better. They help each other with the setups. And then they come out here and race week in and week out. And to them, yeah, they always want to win, but they're just out here to have fun.
Yeah, and I've learned from experience, Roger, that getting with a good team is what it takes. And I myself am with a good team in my racing league, and they're like brothers to me.
That's what the iRacing platform is. It's a brotherhood. It's a bond. And you don't really want to call it a cult, really, because it's not. You know, nobody's doing anything but having just fun. It's just one big community where everybody's here to help each other and have a good time, and that's exactly what the Crow's Nest brings to the platform here. And right now, Bud Steele, though, he's leading this community of cars around Talladega. Yeah, we're under yellow, but the lights on the pace car are off as we go down the back stretch here. We should go back green flag racing this time by to be Bud Steele, Monty Knowles, Richard Bogert, and Raymond Rittenauer, your top 4. We are over halfway in this event here tonight, so we should go the rest of the way here on the tank of fuel that these guys got. Possibly that's why a couple of those guys had to come down and top off, like the 808 of Robert Bears coming down, giving up the lead here. See a little bit of that sun peeking through the clouds here. It was a little cloudy here at Talladega. Have to keep an eye and see if that changes anything here with the weather. Remember, open setups tonight here for these guys. Right now, the track temp actually way down to 71 degrees. The air temp here tonight still sitting at a cool 65. Got 26 to go, 25 laps to go once the Mustang iRacing pace car comes off the track. As you see it start to make its left-hand turn to wander its way down pit road. Yeah, a lot of cars single file back there. A lot of those guys are the guys that came down pit road. They're going to have to start single file here on this restart. Don't worry, single file restarts here at Talladega aren't really going to hurt yourself. Still going to be in the draft. Green flag back in the air, though. Bud Steele going to bring us back. Green flag racing here with just over 20-some laps here to go in this event here tonight. That inside lane got a really good start. The outside kind of a little bit separated right now. It could be part of the strategy for these guys. Maybe they just want to kind of run this one out.
Yeah. Get up to speed right here and we'll see what happens.
So Bud Steele leads that inside lane there. The 38 right now, Monty has nobody out there. Here comes help to the back bumper. That looks like that's going to be the 29 there at Kevin Utley, and he's bringing along Thomas Eckridge. But they have lost a lot of ground at the front, though. Still Bud Steele, Richard Bogart right there behind him.
First time I've seen 3 cars on the inside lane single file, I think.
Yeah, you say single file, but here comes that outside lane now that they got hooked up there. Monty bringing along Kevin in the 29, and they're going to sing the song, sing the dance, and look at that.
He just jumped up there on the outside, said, I was trying to take a lead.
I had to hold my breath there for a moment. There goes the 37 there of Boger. He went to block that outside lane to try and jump up there to get around, and they went right around him on the outside, said, no, we're not going to let you come to the front of this parade. We're going to go right around you. They put him in the sucker hole. He right now is falling all the way back to the sixth running spot right now.
Yeah, he said less than 25 to go. I want to get some going.
Now it's going to be a drag race coming through the tri-oval this time to see who's going to lead this lap. Is it going to be the 38? The 38 of Monty going to take that machine, go to the point now. He's going to lead his first lap here tonight.
That's the thing you got to love about Talladega. It's anybody's race. If you make the field, you got a shot to win this thing.
Even Michael McDowell, who's not even in this race, might have a shot here tonight.
That's almost like saying Ricky Stinghouse will win one.
Well, we don't want to go that far. We don't want to mention that name anywhere around here, but how about the name of Bud Steele? Still got that 53 tuned up, the Pink Floyd machine to the inside there. He's getting a good push right now from Jack Walls in that 83 machine. Haven't heard much about Jack Walls all night, as he hasn't been to the front. This is his first shot here towards the front of this one without having to battle it out. But look at that field. That field is pretty much, it looks like 30, 35 cars strong, and they're 3 wide at the back of it, trying to jockey for position. How about that 16? Rachel Hunt trying to bring the outside lane back to the front. As they go down the backstretch, take a blanket, throw it over them, because here comes actually, whoa, look at that towards the back. The 16 of Rachel Hunt got one heck of a run, and it kind of bunched them all up onto the outside, spinning in through 3. Crash towards the back of the field. Donald Stewart involved in this one. Maurice Johnson also around in the 322. The 24 of Everett Lane wrapped up. We're going to have to dissect this one and see who exactly is all wrapped up into this one. I do know Dave Lane also back here is involved in this. Jimmy Crow possibly involved as he is smoking coming down. I say might be, obviously, if he's smoking, something has gone wrong. Maybe with that 16 car there of Rachel to the outside, kind of pulled some of the air off of, I believe that was Donald Stewart, who was running right there in that area. And then everybody just kind of stacked in on top of that one as they went into turn 3. A lot of good cars towards the back of this one. Oh, it might have actually happened a little bit in front of him between the 14. I believe that was the 8 there of Dude Conrad. They kind of checked up that lane, and it was kind of on from there. Everybody behind them had nowhere to go, and they all wound up having a little bit of tore-up race cars here on this yellow. It's just the big sucker hole. Something happens in front of you here at Talladega going 200 miles an hour. Not much time to react. You all get involved.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to see what's up in front of you, too, with those big spoilers on the back of these cars.
Yeah, the new Gen 6 has that spoiler that, yeah, it's clear, but it still obstructs the view. It's sort of like, if anybody's familiar here with iRacing, driving the trucks, the Gander Outdoor trucks. They have that big spoiler, as it looks like a couple guys like Bud Steele going to come down here and grab pit road here. But when you're tucked up underneath somebody right behind them pushing, you can't see what's in front of you. So at that point, you're guessing. But here with 20 to go, we're going to get the 20 to go signal here. It looks like just about everybody, but 3 drivers going to stay out there. So that'll turn the lead over here to Jack Walls, along with Raymond Rittenauer, and I believe... Actually, those are the only 2 there. For a second, I thought Gabe Butler stayed out, but he did not. Looks like David Overstreet, though. He did stay out. David Overstreet, one of those drivers, you see him all the time here with Jimmy Crow and his guys. And David Overstreet, usually one of those guys that kind of just runs a very clean race, and at the end will find himself towards the front. And, well, look at it, 20 laps to go, and now he's running 3rd. Well, let's see if we can get a word in with one of the drivers who are towards the front. We just talked about him. Let's see if we can grab a word with David Overstreet, driver of that 02 machine. Dave, you got a copy? It's Jason and Roger here in the booth.
Yeah, I got a copy.
Well, Dave, you started back in the 28th position. It seems like you had a very quiet night, just kind of running out there. Now with under 20 to go, you're going to find yourself in that 02 machine up here towards the front of this one.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to stay here or not. I might have to go take a fast repair. I don't know how much damage I have from that wreck. So I couldn't pick because I was waiting on somebody. So.
Well, it looks like you might maybe just a little hood damage. We won't give you the insider information, but maybe just a little bit of hood damage, and the splitter on the right front has a little damage, but it doesn't look too bad. Did you have a car that was better leading a pack, or were you better as a pusher out there tonight? It looks like a lot of tape on the grill of that 02 machine.
I like pushing better. No, I don't really have much experience leading, so.
Well, all you got to do is hold it flat to the floor, turn left a couple times in the corners, right? Isn't that what it's about?
Yeah, I guess that's what about it. It sounds easy enough, doesn't it?
It sounds easy enough, but we all know it's not. We see you coming down pit road here, so we'll let you go here. It looks like you have to start towards the tail of this one, but good luck the rest of the way here, Dave.
All right, thank you. Thanks for Charles Johnson, too, for fitting the race.
Absolutely. There you heard it from David Overstreet. A little shout out to one of his other competitors, Charles Johnson, once again being part of the sponsorship here with the Crow's Nest and the Crow's Nest IndyCar Series. But with 19 to go, that's going to turn the lead. Well, I shouldn't say turn the lead over because he was out front. Jack Wall is still going to hold down that leading position.
Should be getting interesting when we go back to green.
Yeah, you talk about friends and being in a dance and drafting with people. With under 20 to go, you know it's almost going to be a free-for-all. Definitely once we get under the 6 to go, we know all bets are off. You could be my teammate here at Talladega or Daytona Speedway, and it's every man for himself.
Yeah, that's it. And about 5 to go, I think all teammates, unless they're just real good friendship, it's anybody's race.
Looking through the timing and scoring, it looks like everybody pretty much either took everybody that came down pit road. That excludes your top two here of Jack Walls and Raymond Rittenauer. Everybody else came back down pit road. Looks like they just topped it off. Just a quick top off. Everybody's right around the 5 seconds, 6 seconds that they spent in their pit box. So maybe they think they're going to be just a little short, but Jack Walls and Raymond Rittenauer, they're going to stay out there. Both those drivers spent 11.8 seconds in their pit stalls 10 laps ago when they came down.
Roger, what line would you be on? Last lap, take the checker flag.
Last lap, coming to the checker flag. Well, we're 18 laps away from that strategy. I can't give that out. Some of these drivers are out there listening, Jason. We can't give away our insider information.
Hey, Roger, I am a future guy right here. I'm always thinking forward. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Jason, you know what? Let's just give it away. If I was one of these drivers out there, the inside lane is always... It seems like towards the straightaways, especially once you come off turn number 4, the inside lane might not be the place to be. We'll have to see if they're double file, 3 wide, possibly even 4 wide here, or maybe it's just, a single car trying to get around, or a single lane formation trying to get around somebody at the end of this one. But the outside lane, if I was a betting man, is going to be where the winning move is going to be made here tonight.
I think that's a big go balls right there.
Well, Jason Griffith here, one of those Tennessee volunteer fans down from the Tennessee area, and I think you bleed a different shade of orange for me here in the north with the Syracuse Orangemen. But looks like the lights on the pace car will go out. Lap 18 here, 17 to go once we take the green flag. Still going to be that number 83 here of Jack Walls and the 87 here of Raymond Rittenauer. Bud Steele back to the 3rd position, and look at that 38 machine. Monty hanging on to 4th. Gabe Butler right now has that 5th spot. Once again, though, we also do thank all of our viewers out here on MaxSpeedTV who are tuning in right now. It looks like about, a good number of viewers out here tonight, but we do thank you for tuning in. Go ahead, hit the thumbs up button. Go with Jimmy Crow and his guys. You like what they put on here on MaxSpeedTV, and if you want any of the notifications to know when any of us go live, whether it's Rudy Cummings, KR Stolfus, Chris Lagoo, Maiko D'Amico, hit that little bell. go ahead and subscribe to the channel here. Get all the notifications. We go live nightly, like even tonight. 5 broadcasts back-to-back here on MaxSpeedTV. You got to be able to find something you like. It's definitely better than watching cable TV. And, well, if you got a satellite here in the Northeast, you might be dealing with some connection issues tonight with your satellite. So go ahead and stick right here on YouTube to the MaxSpeedTV channel, and you'll be able to find something that you'll be interested in watching here tonight. But right now, it is the Crow's Nest, Jimmy Crow and his boys out here tonight, presented by the Crow's Nest IndyCar Series and Charles Johnson, under the 20 lap to go marker here.
Well, I'm excited for this green flag right here.
You're excited. They're excited. All of our viewers out there are excited to see what kind of finish it's going to come down to tonight. Can Jack Walls hang on to that 83 machine and keep her pointed in the front of the field here tonight? Or how about Raymond Rittenauer? He's got that 87 machine at the front of this one all night long. Off turn 4, though, you see the slow pony there with the lights off. He'll make the left-hand turn. He'll take that pony back to the stable, and we should get the ponies under the hood here, wound back up. Hopefully one last time here. A long way to take the green flag. It's just a slow crawl here. And there it is. There's the green flag waving in the air once again. We're going to go back. Green flag racing. A great start by that outside lane there. Raymond Rittenauer had that 87 wound up with Gabe Butler right behind him, and they're going to drop it right to the inside. That'll leave Thomas Ackridge out there all by himself, waiting to see if Rick McKinney can get that 72 Miller Lite car up to his rear bumper of that FedEx machine. But right now, it's all about Raymond down there on the inside lane, leading this one here, coming down the backstretch with 17 laps to go.
That looks like a Kevin Harvick's restart right there.
Now, they timed that one pretty much perfect. They may have had somebody out the window, you know, left hand out the window, let's go, push me. And right now, Butler's really not going to get off the back bumper of that 87. Maybe they work something out. Oh, a big wiggle there. It looks like Bud Steele going to go from the inside straight to the middle lane, and that's going to shuffle the 11 there of Thomas right out. And now Thomas is all by himself. Looked like a couple guys were thinking about it, but nobody went to the outside. The first one to bite to go to the outside. Maybe they shuffled her, too. That's going to be the 16 there of Rachel Hunt. She finds a home, though. So right now, that 11 car outside all by himself. Out front, it's still the 87 of Raymond and the number 12 of Butler, as they are nose to tail that inside lane. 3 wide towards the middle of the field, and actually 3 wide at the back of this one.
He's going to get wild.
Talk about wild going down into turn 3, that outside lane there of Bud Steele towing that lane. Starting to come back. He's got McKinney there all up underneath him. It's anybody's race still at this point. We're going to get the 15 to go this time at the line in super speedway racing. Heck, remember the day that Dale Earnhardt Jr., or maybe it was his dad. Was this his dad? Was running all the way towards the back of the field here with about 6 to go and came around to win the race. So it's still anybody's ball game, anybody's race. All they got to do, we talked about it, we said it with David Overstreet, all you got to do is kind of put the foot to the floor and turn left, they say. And how hard can it be? It ain't no sport. Well, hey, it is a sport. This is iRacing, and it's still a sport.
Yes, sir. And that was Earnhardt's last win, too, Roger.
Well, there you heard the fact of the day from Jason Griffith saying that was Earnhardt's last win. Unfortunately, the sport lost him way too early. But right now, though, it's still going to be that 87 to the inside there of Rittenauer, and right to his outside. Bud Steele still towing the... oh, somebody's blowing up, it looks. Possibly the 83 machine.
Oh, Big Rick, Big Rick.
Oh, and they're wrecking through the tri-oval. Oh. This is the big one here from Talladega. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting wild coming through the tri-oval. I'm going to say I believe everybody from about the 12th position on back wrapped up into this one. That may have all started there when Jack Walls in the 83 machine looked like that one blew up. Oh boy, we're going to have to dissect this one. I mean, this one started way back, running really about the 12th position. Actually, maybe a little bit farther front. I believe the 51 of Kenneth Mikesell, he got involved in that one early on. It was sort of like a pinball effect towards this.
37, he went barrel rolling 5 or 6 times.
Eric Laurie was the one who actually was in the middle lane that shot up the track with contact, and then we talked about it in that last wreck. You're at 200 miles an hour, and the hole is just going to close faster than you can think about it. Kyle Wellman also involved. Jimmy Crow in the 28 machine, he was involved in that one also. Looks like he had to tow that machine back to pit road. Garth Roberts in the 43 was involved. Michael Spells in the 88 involved. So, I mean, this is going to take out a whole bunch of your top contenders. I think Thomas Holder also involved in this one. Everett Lane, you see that 24, he was smoking. So, I mean, a lot of good guys that were running, not having a bad day, just wrapped up in this one.
That slow-mo was pretty epic on the live stream there.
Well, we got to thank Rudy Cummings for jumping in here with my connection issues. He's back behind the scenes here, pushing all the buttons for us tonight here on MaxSpeedTV. So got to give him a big shout-out back here. But, Jason, you talked about things getting wild, and there it was. Things just kind of, you want to say wild, but pretty much chaotic.
Yeah, that's why I've been to Talladega Superspeedway. You buy $8 beer and watch a good wreck. That's what it's all about.
It might be a little bit overpriced, but it happens when you when you go to a sporting event. You get a little bit of overpriced things. But let's see, maybe we can get a word in with one of the drivers that are out there that were involved in this crash. I'm not seeing the one I was going to pull, so let's just see if we can find somebody. Everybody's so spread out through here. Let's see if we can get a word in with the 071 machine. See if we can get a word in here with Eric. Eric, you got a copy up here in the booth?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Eric, tell us what happened out there. It looked like everything just kind of broke loose there for a moment.
I don't know. I seen on the replay, I come down a little bit, but I think the other guy come up, but it looked like netcode too.
Yeah, everybody knows, or anybody that doesn't even know out here tuning in on MaxSpeedTV today, iRacing, it's an internet-based thing. We saw what happened with my connection to the internet here in the early going of this race, and it also transpires over into these guys driving. Netcode happens, you're not really touching the other guy. It just kind of happens because of the internet connections, not knowing where each other are, and all things break loose. Were you looking for this one to go green flag the rest of the way, though, Eric? Did you have a good car here that could possibly get up to the front?
Yeah, I was looking for it to go green all the way for the rest of the race, and yeah, I thought I had a good car to get up there, but it'll be hard from back here now.
Yeah, you started up front in the 6th position, so you definitely had a strong car in qualifying. What did you need here what are you going to need here in the race going forward? We should go back green flag racing with about 10 laps to go.
I'm going to need a few good cars if we can get on the outside and head to the front.
Yeah, to win this one here tonight, you're going to have to get that 071 machine to the front. Hey, good luck the rest of the way here, and maybe we can get another interview in with you here at the end of this one.
All right, appreciate it.
I'm wondering why you didn't say go Vols, Roger.
Well, I don't think he was a Go Vols Nation fan, but Eric right now shown all the way back into that 22nd, 23rd position, so he's going to need to really get on his horse and try and get towards the front of this one. I believe timing and scoring is still going to show Raymond Rittenauer out front in this 87 machine, and Gabe Butler there running second. Bud Steele still inside your top 5 here, hanging out in that 3rd spot. Rick McKinney, though, up to 4th, and Monty Knowles hanging on to that 5th position. So everything going forward here tonight going to get a little bit tighter for these guys as we start to wind down in this event here tonight. Saw 2 big wrecks here coming towards the end of this one. Looks like right now, if my count is right, we only have about 33 drivers actually still out there on track here to try and finish this one out. A bunch of guys have already elected to put their cars back into the hauler, and they'll try again next time here.
Sorry about that. Roger had to run the hot dog stand real quick. Get ready for his final 10 laps.
You can munch on that hot dog, but you're going to need something more like some popcorn to enjoy the rest of this one. Lights are still here on the pace car at Talladega for the Jimmy Crow Motorsports, presented tonight by the Crow's Nest IndyCar and the Charles Johnson driver Charles Johnson out here tonight. Take a peek. Where is Charles Johnson out there on track? He's out there driving the 14 machine. He's slotted right now in your 17th running position. Started 22nd. He was towards the front at one point. Right now, though, finds himself running in the mid-pack. Might not be a bad position because right behind him going to be Donald Stewart on the restart, and we know Stewart can definitely push with that front nose of that 78 machine. That's an extended caution flag here for these guys. Let's see, maybe we can get a word in with another driver. Let's see if we can get a word in with your race leader out there. Let's see if Raymond can hear us. Raymond, you got a copy of this guy's up here in the booth.
Yes, sir.
Well, Raymond, you ran towards the front of this one all night long, and it's coming down to the closing laps. You led 8 of them. You started on the pole. What do you need to finish this one out?
A lot of luck, I hope.
A lot of luck. You've been working. It looked like you were working real good there with the 12 there of Butler there on that last restart. He was up underneath the back bumper of that 87, and then you guys kind of dove it from the top down to the bottom. Do you prefer that bottom lane when we go back green flag?
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully I have him behind me, or we can get together here at some point. Either way, Gabe's a good dude.
Has there been any communication, though, between that 87 camp of yours and the 12 of Butler?
No.
Well, see, no communication, Jason, out there, and they're still working like a team. That's what we were talking about. It's just a good community, and as you heard Raymond say, Gabe's a good guy. Well, Ray, good luck the rest of the way here, and maybe we can talk to you at the end of this one if you finish it out.
All right, hope so.
There you heard from your leader. No communication, though, with Gabe Butler, who's running there in your second position. Maybe those two can team up, though, and try and go to the front. Or maybe it's going to be a guy like Bud Steele that sits back here in that 53 Pink Floyd machine.
Yeah, maybe that's 72 of Rick McKinney there.
Or are we going to get somebody from the back of this field here tonight to come up on the third lane? We talked about it numerous times. That third lane is a quick lane around here for Talladega. Let's see if the lights here go out on the pace car and we can get back to green flag racing. There they go. Lights are out on the pace car. We will line them back up here. When we go back green flag racing, it'll be 9 laps to go.
I'm going to keep an eye out on Rachel. She's trying that outside line, but she's on the inside here, so let's see what happens.
So it's going to be Raymond's going to start there on the inside lane. Gabe Butler not going to be able to start behind Raymond because he's going to start right to his outside. Then it's going to be the 53 of Bud Steele that's going to be tucked up underneath that 87 machine. And then behind him, that's going to be 72 there of Rick McKinney. So Rick bringing that Miller Lite car to the front of this one in the late stages. You see a lot of rubber buildup on the front of these cars here. It's Talladega, but the tire wear, it's not really a big issue, but it looks like these guys have been driving through the tire pit.
Yeah, I'd say so after all that debris went up on the front tri-oval there.
Going to be 9 laps to go once we go back green flag racing. What is Rittenauer going to need to finish this one off? And he's going to need a little help. Maybe you can get hooked up with Gabe, who's going to start to the outside, or maybe Gabe is just going to pull that outside lane. Look for a 3-wide racing, though, to start early here on this green flag run. Pace car going to make that left-hand turn as you see it come down pit road. We will go back green flag racing. Going to be 9 to go when the green flag drops here. It's just that dreaded long crawl. Green flag's in the air. We will go back green flag racing here, and it's a great start at the front of the field. A little bit of separation, though, between Rittenauer and that inside lane there of Bud Steele, but he will work his way to the back bumper of him in just a moment. He actually is out there by about 2 car lengths.
I wouldn't want to try that.
With a 2 car length lead, here comes Bud Steele back to the back bumper. For a moment, it looked like maybe Rittenauer was going to take that 87 machine and try and go up and get Gabe, but that was not going to work as Gabe is now putting on the power there to the outside with that number 12 Guinness machine.
Check out Maurice Johnson trying that outside right here.
Maurice in that brightly colored orange car has gone and taken it 3 wide. He's got Ackridge behind him, and they're trying to make the outside dance a little bit and come back to the front here. 8 laps to go this time at the line. Who's going to lead the first lap back to green flag racing? It's going to be the number 12 here of Gabe Butler as he drops right down to the inside lane. He went right down in front of... Oh, they're crashing behind. Bunch of guys wrapped up in another big one here. This one's going to pull quite a few cars. I believe Robert Bears is actually the one that's going to be the first one spun around here. So possibly Eric Laurie actually bringing out this one. We had just spoke to him, and he was going to try and come back to the front. Oh, he tried to squeeze up in front of the 11 car, and there was no room there. He was sitting right there, so that's going to take the 808 of Robert Bears. Eric Laurie, those drivers are going to be out of this one. I believe they had to use a quick repair earlier on, and Thomas Ackridge in the 11 nowhere to go as he was the guy to the outside. He was just trying to ride the high line there, trying to push Maurice Johnson up there in that orange machine, but it's going to probably end both those drivers' nights as they actually both had to tow back to pit road. Brent Lee in the 52 machine also involved, and I think the 43 car of Garth Roberts also got a little piece of that. So a late race yellow here. They were trying to go for 3 wide, and then that yellow going to stack them all back up here. We'll get one more chance to go back green flag racing. So it looks like Gabe was out front there at the time of the yellow, so that 12 machine scored as your leader here tonight. Right now, that's going to show him in the number 1 spot with Rick McKinney there in the 72 machine second. Raymond Rittenauer, though, right now sitting 3rd, so he'll be behind Gabe on the restart. And then Michael Hauser has that number 17 machine back up inside your top 5 here. He runs 4th. Bud Steele is in your 5th spot. Rachel Hunt is 6th. Kevin Utley has that 29 car running in your 7th spot. Monty Knowles, though, in the 8th running spot. And it looks like Darren is slotted in your 9th running position, and Wade Flesh there in the 044 machine rounds out the top 10. First time seeing him up inside your top 10 here tonight. So this late race wreck here going to cut the field down just a little bit smaller, but it's going to give us one heck of a shootout here at the end.
That's what these fans are ready to come to see right here.
Marie Crow out there calling it a shootout. She is correct. That's exactly what we're going to get here tonight. Couple fans out there pulling for Ray Rittenauer in the 87 machine, who finds himself still running up inside the top 3 here. He's going to be slotted second car to the inside row when we go back green flag racing. Once tuning in here on MaxSpeedTV, what a great race we have here with the Crow's Nest guys. Gabe up front right now. With 3 laps, he's going to complete his 4th lap, led out front here under caution with that Guinness machine. Well, the lights in the pace car are still on here on 5 laps to go, so we're going to take another lap around here from the Talladega Super Speedway. Don't want to pull any of our drivers here to talk. You know, in the closing laps, Jason, you just kind of want to let them have their own little zone. You don't want to knock them out of it by trying to talk to them with under the 10 laps to go. Let them do their own thing. They're probably communicating with some teammates.
Yeah, and I'd rather be quiet too. It's kind of getting the zone, auto zone right there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you talk about AutoZone. I'm sure Gabe, if he wins this one, he's probably going to drink one of those Guinnesses that's on his car. Well, maybe Rick McKinney, who runs in the 2nd spot, maybe he'll be celebrating with a couple Miller Lights here tonight. You never know. A couple of those drivers, I guess, showing what they prefer to drink out here tonight. But the car that I like out here tonight, that's got to be the number 16 here of Hunt. I'm a fan of Reese's Peanut Butter, and, well, it's got the orange colors on that car.
Yeah, I know, and it's white. It's got the orange and white. I like it. You know, but that 322 to me, I just love that car. It looks good. I like it.
22, that's being more Reese Johnson. We've seen him towards the front all night long, led a lap here. Right now, though, after being buried into the back of the field, hasn't been able to find his way back up through the field, but I'm sure we did see him 3 wide there on that restart. We'll probably see him go 3 wide once again here before the end of this race.
Might have that Jeff Gordon thing, you know, where you're in traffic and Gordon always just never could come back to the front.
Looking through a little more of the field, though, the 00 of also Thomas Holder finds himself 20th after leading 7 laps here tonight. It's going to be interesting to see if he can work his way back through the field or if he's going to get buried like we were just talking with the Jeff Gordon syndrome. Because he's going to start towards the tail end of this field, and 20th, that's a lot of ground to make up with. We're going to get the 1 to go here with 4 laps to go, so we'll go back green flag racing with 3 to go. It's going to be interesting. "24 cars on the lead lap here. It does look like the lights in the pace car will go out, so we're going to line them up double file here and see who has the better lane. Who's going to pick the lane that's going to win this one? Is it going to be the inside lane, the middle lane, or possibly 3 wide, 4 wide before this one is out? I'm sure these guys are capable of going 4 wide here.
Oh, yeah, anything for the win.
So with those lights out on the pace car, Gabe lines up to the inside on Rick. Raymond going to line up there in that black with the neon yellow numbers in that second row on the inside. Next to him going to be Michael Hauser, and it's going to be Bud Steele and Kevin Utley, your first 3 rows here when we get back green flag racing down the back stretch here. Gonna have to keep an eye out on that 29 driver there. That's going to be Kevin Utley to see if he can bring that 29 to the front when on the super speedways in that Caterpillar car. Yeah, you gotta fear the 29.
Some of these cars look like they just got back from Bristol.
Two completely different tracks going from Talladega to Bristol. It's not even a similarity in the size. I think pit road here is actually probably bigger than the Bristol Motor Speedway once you stretch it out. But a couple of these cars towards the back of this one do look like they have a little bit of damage, so we'll see if they're going to be able to get up the full song and dance. I think I see one out there missing the whole front bumper ripped off that car. But at the front of this, a lot of straight panels left on your front row here. Base car down and away once again. Through the trioval they come. Just waiting and waiting. And there's the green flag. We're going back green flag racing with under 5 laps to go here. It's going to be 3 laps to go now as we cross the line. And a great start for your first 4 rows here. Look at those first 3 cars in line there. All of them tucked up underneath each other as they come off turn number 2. McKinney right now, though, does have it wound up to the outside. Oh, he's going to get shuffled into the sucker hole. A yellow is waving out the back. Somebody towards the back of this pack is going around, and it's going to do it. I think it's going to lock the field here. Gabe is shown right now as your leader. Garth Roberts in the 43 machine. The Sun Energy number 43 has gone around here. Let's see if we can back it up and just see exactly what transpired back there as he was running towards the tail of this field. The 37 looks like he may have just tried to go for a little push that wasn't squared, and around he went.
Dang, I thought the 72 had that.
Well, that's going to unfortunately put a damper on this one. So we're going to have to see once they all get bunched back up here in the field who's going to be shown where. Right now, timing and scoring jumping around. It showed Gabe up front there for a moment, but right now it has Rick in the 72. So we'll see how this scores out here when iRacing tells the drivers where they should be lining up tonight. Unfortunately, it looks like it does look like we will end this one under caution with the 2 to go marker here. It's an unfortunate way to end a super speedway race because you really like it. It looked like there for a moment it was going to get real dicey when they put that car into the middle 3 wide at the front.
Yeah, it was gonna get epic right there. Think 2.
I believe the caution total here tonight is, I think it's at actually 9. Our counters are a little off here because of all the connection issues that we had. Ladies and gentlemen out there in chat, we please ask you to keep it civil in the chat. 2 to go here, though, coming to get the 1 to go marker. Timing and scoring has now started to sort itself out here. Gabe Butler, though, does have the 12 machine pointed out front. Rick McKinney is second with Michael Hauser there in third. Kevin Utley rallied, but only going to walk away here with the 4th place finish. Raymond Rittenauer not going to come away with the finish that I think he really wanted or deserved. He's going to be shown 5th here. Rachel Hunt, though, coming up to the 6th spot. Bud Steele 7th. Monty Knowles in 8th. Darren Reeser there in your 9th spot. And Bart Murak there in your 10th spot. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for tuning in here tonight. The Crow's Nest put on one heck of a super speedway show like they always do. You see a little congratulations there from Raymond Rittenauer to the guys finishing in your top 3 here tonight. We will bring you your post-race interviews after they cross the line and we get everything situated here. Like I said, we do thank everybody for tuning in here on MaxSpeedTV. Go ahead, hit that little thumbs up. Let Jimmy Crow and his guys know, along with Charles Johnson and the Crow's Nest IndyCar Series, that you appreciate the racing that they put on. And go ahead, hit that little bell. Get a notification every time MaxSpeedTV goes live on YouTube. Every night, somebody's here broadcasting something. Tonight, it was the Jimmy Crow Motorsports presented by the Crow's Nest IndyCar Series and Charles Johnson. Here from the Talladega Speedway, it looks like Gabe Butler going to walk away with your win here tonight. Checkered flag in the air here for the 12 machine as we're going to end this one under yellow behind the iRacing slow Mustang. Well, let's run you down through your top 10 finishing order, and then we'll let the rest of it scroll through the top. I believe our timing and scoring, something just happened on my end anyway. Gabe Butler has now disappeared. He should be the winner here from this event, but it's showing us that Rick McKinney is. But we know Rick McKinney going to come home second here tonight. Michael Hauser going to finish in your 3rd spot. Kevin Utley 4th. Raymond Rittenauer coming home in your 5th spot. Rachel Hunt 6th. Bud Steele 7th. Monty Knowles in 8th. Darren Rezor there in your 9th position. And Bart Murak rounding out the top 10. The rest of our timing and scoring going to scroll across the top here for the rest of your gentlemen. As we try and situate everything out here to bring you your post-race interviews, we will be right back with those. Start with Gabe and then go to Rick. Yep, start with Gabe. Well, welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to the Talladega Super Speedway. We just watched 70 laps here of action-packed Super Speedway racing here with the Crow's Nest boys, and what a race they put on. Timing and scoring a little jumbled at the top of our screens here with something going wrong here on iRacing, but we did get a word in here with Gabe Butler. Gabe, you had a strong number 12 machine out there tonight, and there for a moment it looked like you were going to be scored our winner, but iRacing decided to throw you down to 21st. But hey, a good race nonetheless here by you in that 12 machine.
Yeah, it was a fun race, and before I forget, I want to thank you guys for broadcasting it, and also to Charles Johnson for sponsoring the race, and congratulations to Rick McKinney on the win, I think.
Yeah, iRacing is showing us as Rick McKinney as your winner because, you know, we know iRacing sometimes has that little glitch where we don't even know because they don't even actually know what it is. Yeah, you were leading the race coming across the line, but tell us about there towards the end. It looks like with I think it was 15 to go when we went back green flag racing, you gave Raymond Rittenauer a really good push going across the start finish line there, and you guys actually cleared that inside row. You and Raymond talk about that at all? Was there any kind of communication between the two teams?
Not in that particular start, but we got a flying start there. We both nailed it, and I think the two guys on the inside might have been sleeping, and I think we caught them. We did a good job. Got lucky.
You got lucky there and you ran towards the front. Unfortunate ending, though, to the night, showing in 21st, though. But you did thank Charles Johnson out here and the Crow's Nest boys. Any other shout-outs you got to give out tonight?
Yeah, quick shout-out to my teammates, Dude Conrad and Eric Laurie, and, of course, a few guys that weren't able to get in, David Llewellyn and Michael Russell. And a big shout-out to the Crow's Nest and Jimmy Crow for putting this on.
Absolutely. There you heard it from Butler. I guess not being scored in the position that he wanted here tonight, but still had a good time out here with the Crow's Nest. And Jason, that just kind of shows you how fast these lobbies fill up. He said a couple of his teammates not able to get in tonight is under 4 minutes, if my calculation was right, of how long it took to fill the 43 cars. But I believe you have caught up with the winner of the race here, the 72 machine.
Yes, sir. I got him over Rick McKinney right here. Rick, you took on the win. How's it feel there, buddy?
Yeah, it feels good. I'm watching the replay, and yeah, I was in the lead right when the yellow came out.
Yeah.
I was a fender ahead, front wheel ahead of Michael Hauser, and about a half a car length ahead of Gabe.
Yeah, when I was watching, it looked like you were the one that edged out right there, coming off the corner, and you were definitely out front. And good race. So, you got anybody you'd like to thank? Any sponsors?
No sponsors, no team. Just out here doing the individual thing.
That's what I like right there. One-man show. You put on a heck of a...
There's some good teams out there, some very fast cars. These are some of the best iRacers that are out there. So it's an honor to get to race with them. It's a bigger honor and a big thrill to actually win one against these guys. Competition is fierce. I'd like to have seen a lot more green flag racing. I'm all about green flag racing. That's my number one thing when I start a race, is to not wreck anybody, not be a problem. And whatever happens after that happens. But the main thing, if I don't wreck anybody, nobody wrecks me. It's a great race.
Hey, that's pretty cool right there. That's what I like to hear. That was but hey, it was a good race. Talladega, things happen a lot, and you come up home the winner. So big congrats to you, man.
Thank you much. Appreciate it.
Well, there you heard it from Rick McKinney. He's your winner here tonight. Unable to get a word in with Michael Hauser as he's not here in the team speak with us, so it's unfortunate that we won't get to talk with your second place finisher, according to iRacing. But we do have one last man up here in the booth with us. Jimmy Crow, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir, Mr. Roger.
Well, Jimmy Crow putting on another excellent show here tonight for the Crow's Nest. Tonight, presented by the Crow's Nest IndyCar Series along with Charles Johnson. Jimmy, good group of guys you have wound up here week in and week out, always putting on some good shows.
Yeah, this one was probably my worst I've had, but I was due for one like this. But we also had 41 cars on the lead lap on lap 50. It's going to happen. We'll regroup and try and put on a better show. But I appreciate everybody that's participated in this race. I just wish it would have went a little better.
Yeah, sometimes coming to the super speedways, it's kind of a crapshoot. You never know what you're going to get. Sort of like life is like a box of chocolate, as Forrest Gump would have said. But hey, it was still a good race. You had a strong competitive field here. It looks like all but 2 drivers logging into your lobby tonight were an A-class driver. No world champions, but A-class nonetheless. Drivers usually put on good shows.
Oh yeah, and the room filled up super fast. I would have liked to have a better show. I'm more hard on myself than anybody. I put these races on. I treat every wreck as if I caused it. I just want everybody to have a good race and a good time.
Well, we know
I appreciate everybody and appreciate Charles Johnson for sponsoring. Appreciate y'all, MaxSpeedTV, you, Rudy, everybody at MaxSpeedTV. It always comes through on short notice and gets these races broadcast and everything. I appreciate all y'all. Appreciate all the drivers and all the Crow's Nest drivers and everybody.
Absolutely. Jimmy, thanks for taking a moment to come up here and talk with us in the booth. But congratulations, I guess, are in order for you for putting on, not the show that Jimmy wanted here tonight, but still all in all a good show. Once again, we do thank everybody for tuning in here tonight on MaxSpeedTV. Remember, tonight's race was brought to you by the Crow's Nest IndyCar Series, which are still recruiting. Anybody interested in some IndyCars at I believe it's super speedways, head on over and talk to Jimmy himself. He can get you into that. And also, we got to give a shout out to Charles Johnson for also sponsoring tonight's event here. But that's going to do it for all of us here at MaxSpeedTV. You got to thank Jason Griffith here for stepping up into the booth. We got to thank Rudy Cummings for stepping in with my internet issues in the beginning of this race, pushing all the buttons behind the scenes. And thank everybody just plain simple here at the Crow's Nest in general. We will catch you next time with more live racing action from the Crow's Nest right here on MaxSpeedTV.